Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hey, listen, today's episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus gives you total control to watch anything, anytime, anywhere. Watch classic shows or all your current favorites. Act now and get a cool special deal just for TMOS listeners. An absolutely free extended trial of Hulu Plus. Just go to huluplus.com/TMOS. Remember, that's huluplus.com/TMOS. And now, the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
You know, we've got interesting perspectives on sports on the Mike O'Mara Show. We have, I would say, you know, I'm pretty much the biggest sports fan and occupy my time with it more than anybody. We've got Oscar, who is probably the most athletic as far as working out with his CrossFit.
But as far as being a fan, what Oscar likes is success.
He likes the success.
He likes to attach himself
and a nice
to success.
box.
Yeah, but I'm talking about his personal plays soccer. He goes to CrossFit. So he's out on the playing field, and that's terrific. And then there's Rob, who, you know, you're sort of a spectator, but not really.
I know how to spectate.
And you're a 100% non-participant.
Absolutely.
You do not play any sports.
Never have.
You have never played sports? That just, for some reason, that makes me, I'll be goofy tired today. I'm not goofy tired. I'm very well rested, but I'm still a little punchy with my illness.
What I don't
over the
understand
weekend.
is why you find it so comical. You know, there's many of us.
Just what you bring me joy even before you even say anything, because it's just funny when I think of you, you know, your entire adult life, not being a participant.
Adult.
And, you know, we were going to
childhood as well.
We were going to talk about your daughter's volleyball, but before we do that, I want to, you know, it's the way the show works sometimes.
Right, it's
An
very
idea
organic.
Pops into my head. I'm curious, like, when was there an age where you tried, where maybe you never,
not even in gym class?
No, you'll pardon the expression. There was a game. There was a game that when I was a boy that I'm sure has a different name now because
masturbation.
This can't be appropriate. It's called Smear the Queer. Do you recall that game?
My God, what is that? I don't know that game.
That was a game in which someone got a ball of some sort. We used a football, and if you had the ball, you would run around, and if you had the ball, people would try to tackle you.
This is how evil kids can be.
Yes. And if you felt you were going to get tackled, what you could do is throw the ball in the air, and then they were no longer allowed to tackle you. But the object. It wasn't.
You
a game
threw the
for
ball
points.
into the air a lot, didn't you?
No, actually, you know, I enjoyed that game for some reason.
You liked being smeared?
Well, no, I liked being a queer. Now you stop that! How dare you throw me a setup like that?
Let me see if I've got the game. Was it a kickball, a football? What was it?
I seem to remember it as a Nerf football.
A Nerf football, and you would throw it to different people.
No, you would have it.
You would have it
like the equivalent of being like it.
Yes.
You know, like in tag.
And then you just willy-nilly run
around, and everyone
field?
else would try to just beat the crap out of
it. Would you throw it to other people?
No, you just throw it in the air.
You just throw it up in the air.
to surrender.
And
but you know what? A lot of times when you threw it, they tackled you anyway. That's the cruel dynamic of the game.
Of children. When you would throw the ball up in the air, they would tackle you after the fact?
Sometimes.
Now,
although that was a violation.
So every game...
That's roughing the passer.
Every game should have an object.
Right.
So was the object of the game to hold on to the football longest?
To be, I guess there was no real way to...
There really was no way of quantifying
score.
that.
No.
Nobody was over there on the sidelines.
I never
with a
scored
stopwatch.
got a safety or anything. But
so that was a game, but that doesn't count as an organized sport.
No, I never did organize sports.
You never once played Little League?
You know what? I worked from when I was 6 or 7. I was selling vegetables and stuff. That was my summer.
It's like the grapes of wrath.
It is, but I was in McLean somehow. The Dust Bowl of McLean.
The Dust Bowl of the richest suburb in the United States.
When the dust blew over from Tyson's Corner.
But I
did. I worked every summer.
I'm not going to throw Rob under the bus that way, too, when he says McLean. That was his grandfather's house that he lived in.
When my grandfather built
and this
McLean,
is not the rich McLean. This
not
is like,
then, no.
This is a 3-bedroom house?
It was 5, but 3.
5 bedrooms!
But you okay?
It was rich.
No, there was 3 bedrooms up top that were all about the size of this table,
right?
And then 2 bedrooms on the main floor that were slightly smaller.
Okay,
it was.
So it's not an expensive house.
And also, considering he raised 8 kids, 5 bedrooms is really not a lot.
And then the wealth surrounded you guys, right?
Exactly, it encroached upon us.
The wealthy communities that they built, and now it's one of the most expensive suburbs.
His family
in
settled in that area in the 1870s,
right?
And there was farmland, and his mother owned a general store and delivered coal and delivered
ice. So because you were selling corn,
yes,
and
tomatoes.
apples and tomatoes,
yes. Never apples.
You never. Oh, you didn't live near an orchard.
No, we had. Well, we grew everything we sold.
But here's
That's
the
what
thing.
Ma Jode told us to do.
But when you get to be especially when you're a young boy, you get to be a certain age, and all the kids are
All
playing.
your friends are playing.
Little League. And did you just not?
Or MSI soccer.
Did you have a choice in the matter, and you said no? I'd rather not.
I don't recall being given a choice. I don't. I do remember once my father tried to teach me how to bat. But we had no bat, and so what he used was he gave me. This is what I remember. He you know those.
You guys are the greatest. So give me a good gift when I come in here.
Those extenders.
We are also aren't we ragged out on Mondays when we all talk to each other?
Not me.
before the show?
I feel thoroughly
We're all just
refreshed.
like
I feel great.
Oh, shut up.
Mike's mood was so bright I almost got a tan.
I am in a great mood because I kicked my illness.
Yes, you are the golden.
I still
boy.
sound bad, but I feel fantastic.
And now I have it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you really have it?
I don't think I have it.
Really?
I think you know what it is. It's allergies. Is what it is.
Oh, I doubt it.
I
It's never
guarantee it's-
allergies.
I feel it's
What
allergies.
I have was not allergies.
No, you had it. You had it.
I wasn't bedridden. I drank a lot this weekend.
Good for you.
You mean like you rehydrated, or
Yeah.
or did you drink like?
He's got the alcoholic's
Alcohol.
flu.
oh,
beer?
No, Mike, it's called the Irish flu.
The Irish flu.
Yeah, Carrie suffers from it occasionally.
So what were we talking about?
So my
Sports.
father tried to teach me how to bat sports when he grew up. He was on high school teams. His father was a Hall of Fame coach in his city.
And your dad's a bit of a sports fan, too.
Exactly. So he said, "We're going to teach you to bat," and then he was. This was before the divorce. There were no.
So sad.
There were. Yeah, it is sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
Yeah, broken home, which is why I spend my year really based around the Tony Awards. That is my Christmas. But
Are you going to the Little League game? No, but the producers is on.
No, there's a rerun of
Keep it gay. Keep it gay.
Can't Bat Today because Fiddler on the Roof is on WETA.
That's right. Hey, not
No,
fair, because plenty of gay athletes out there.
That's right.
Don't we know when we're talking about the Olympics, we know that as
That's
well.
right. And you know what? That's what I count on.
So you were batting with your dad, and he was depressed?
Well, no, I think he was not depressed. I think he just wanted me to be more like the average kid. I don't
Okay,
think, you
son.
know what? I honestly don't think I ever let my father down.
Son
but
of a-
I do think that he was concerned.
I'm going to throw you the ball now,
That's
son.
fair.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch now. Watch the ball. Oh, he's fallen again.
Exactly. Well,
He's fallen
the
again.
fetal position. That was my favorite play in all sports.
So your dad made the call that sports weren't for you.
No, you see, you're not letting me get to the crux of the story. Is
Okay.
that when he wanted to teach me how to hit a ball with a bat, our house had no bat. I think any house that has a boy should have a bat. Even there's a baseball bat in my house right now.
Right.
But what we had to use was one of those sticks you use to extend a roller when you paint. On the end
Well,
it's got threads.
A classic game in Brooklyn.
Stickball.
Stickball.
Well, you know what? I think what happened is, you get that and they're like 6 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, you know what, we can use this. And my cousin Wes was there too. And he cut it in half. So what I had approximated the length.
Wes was trouble, right?
Wes was not as well behaved as me.
And Wes was,
Great guy though.
but not exact. Let's just say, how do I say this as gently as I can? Wes's bulb didn't necessarily burn as bright as certain other people.
No, but perhaps his bulb will burn longer.
Is he serving?
I will burn brightly but briefly.
Is he serving 5 to 10?
No, he's a well-functioning member of society in Illinois right now.
Well-functioning.
He's got 2 beautiful kids, and I
Highly
believe
functioning.
I believe he's in the insurance industry.
Oh, very good. Well,
Nice.
perfect job for him.
He was.
Ask Bill Harvey.
He was my best friend growing up.
Right.
So I do remember so clearly watching my father using a saw to cut this piece of wood in half.
To trim it down to your size.
And then, essentially
To
what
trim it down to your uncoordinated size.
That's right. And then after I finished tripping, we went out to the yard, and he threw the ball, and I'd swing, and I'd miss. And I'd throw the ball, or he'd throw the ball, and I'd swing.
Was
and
it a
miss.
regular ball, softball, wiffle ball? What kind of ball was it?
I don't remember that.
Tennis ball?
Tennis
maybe?
ball.
I remember the stick. The stick is what I remember.
Tennis ball would be an athletic household, so it
Did
probably
your-
wasn't a
did
tennis
But you know what? Afterwards, after I think that was when he probably realized I had no prowess towards anything that involved sweating. And I do remember seeing in his eyes regret that he ruined a perfectly good painting extender stick.
Or he realized it was time to leave.
Yes.
And no, you know what? That had to be, if that was it was in that house, that had to be at least 2 years before the breakup.
And
I don't think the breakup was my fault unless you go all the way back to when I arrived, which coincidentally was not 9 months following the marriage.
And all this. Oh! And-
I've revealed this
yeah, that's
before.
right. You were. It was a shotgun wedding.
Well, what I was an inconvenient child.
That's terrible. He's the one that broke them up.
Yeah.
No, anyway, what I was going to say
I'm
is
the one that brought them together. Listen,
We must marry.
I am the reason for the marriage, possibly the reason for the divorce.
We've got a child.
all this leads up to the fact that Rob's daughter is breaking the mold.
Yes.
She is participating in a sport, and she is excelling in a sport, and that is volleyball.
She did very, very well, had a couple good serving runs, scored a couple points, and her team is the Elite. That's their name, the Elite.
That is a good name for a team, baby.
They played 9 games on Saturday morning, which, by the way, was great because 9 in a row I just wanted more.
What the hell is that about?
Well, the
Bad
volleyball games.
scheduling.
Well, they're also quick, depending on.
You can
know?
usually get in 3 in an hour.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
okay.
cut them
So
in 20 minutes, but
yeah,
still.
I watch beach volleyball. I
but
watch
not-
beach volleyball.
Well,
a lot.
beach volleyball has a little more to root for than 7th graders.
and then that's for down the road.
But it was exciting to watch her and her team. I think won 5 of 9,
That's awesome.
which is pretty good because this is honestly the first time she'd ever been out competing in any sport.
Organized sport.
Yeah, and so that was really exciting, and also exciting to follow her coach, Doug Henning.
Really?
Yeah, who wore denim
Slight
shorts.
man, is he?
Yeah, and also he was very into telling them that everything was going to be okay.
Right.
Not a lot of, hey, you need to, or you got to, or you better had. More of,
Rotate.
it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Self-esteem coach?
I would have loved to have seen a little bit of negative
a little
energy
more
there.
fire.
A little yelling.
And also, this will make you all laugh. I think I will actually have to work a little bit with Julia because she's left-handed. And, traditionally you serve from the back right corner of the court. Although you're allowed anywhere behind the line, serving left-handed underhand from that corner is virtually impossible. And if the coach can't help her with it, I'm at least going to have to work with her on some mechanics.
Got to throw that ball with the left hand and hit it with the
Whack!
right hand.
Well, she can't. She's got to hit with her left.
Well, and what are the rules in volleyball? Because I'm not even sure. Can
Well,
she
can
move
hit it
over to
with
the
her
other
left
side?
if she wants
Yeah,
to.
you can serve from anywhere behind the service line, but because there is a 6-girl formation, the server is in the back right corner, so they default to that corner
Would
when
it
they
be
serve.
hypothetically easier for her to do it because she doesn't have to go from the corner across? She
No,
can just
think
actually
about
go
it. If you're
center?
holding
Can she
it-
go to the back left corner?
She can go anywhere back there.
Well, then why didn't she just go to the back left corner?
We're going to probably do that
Oh,
this
I'm
week.
thinking of overhead, but they're 7th graders, so they're doing it.
There are
underhand.
some people doing the overhand
Okay.
serves. and
Tell
I thi-
Doug Henning that you go to the back left corner.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really good job.
YouTube videos.
But the
I'm
long
sure.
and short of it is she's talented at this.
She's good, and you know what? She's tall, which is an advantage, and also it's so cool to see her, who I've been watching for all these years, hiding behind, her computer and just, being that kid that gets lost.
She's actually getting out and showing athletic ability.
like every kid that hides behind
cool.
electronic. I like to see
I
her
have one thing
focus.
to say
Yeah.
about that.
What's that?
Carrie, thanks for the genetics.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Ah, here you are, my little cloudy darling. Go get the hens and destroy yon upstart. Stop them! Squash them! Crash them! Obliterate them.
Catchy tune, that. I can't seem to get it out of my head. Shake it. That's what we've been doing all night. Oh? Yeah, it was a great party. And we brought back lots of lovely souvenirs. Here is the motor. And I've got a little love. And I've got a hole in my pocket. A hole? Well, half a hole anyway. I gave the rest to Jeremy. What can he do with half a hole? I fix it to keep his mind from wandering. Hey, look at John, will ya? What's the matter, John, love? Blue meanies?
Newer and bluer meanies have been sighted within the vicinity of this theatre. There's only one way to go out.
How's that? Singing! 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, downloaded worldwide 18 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com And we are also on 102.9 FM, WTMP.
You know what I love?
DC.
When I play something like that from Yellow Submarine, I love to do a 3-2-1 countdown and watch Oscar and Pony tune out.
That's right.
Because
They don't
really
get it.
nothing at all. Glove!
We're also on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. And today is, what is today?
The 23rd.
My God, it's September 23rd.
You know what?
2013.
I won't mention her age, but happy birthday, Mrs. Spiewak.
Yay!
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Well, I gotta get her something now because you got Carla something for her birthday.
Well, just a little something.
So I'll bring something in tomorrow.
That'll be fine.
Because I didn't know until today.
Give her a cold.
Here you go, my lovely.
Lick this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm checking my FanDuel website right now.
Oh, yeah, you're
just to
still
see
in it
how
to
I'm
win it,
doing.
aren't you?
I've got an update as well.
Let me just see
For
here.
you.
Okay. I want my lineup. Hold on. I'm checking my lineup out there. Not a bad weekend. Not a bad weekend at all, but it could always be better.
Did you start Franco Harris?
I did not.
Because you were in it for $25,000 this weekend.
I just like to say, Terrell Pryor, quarterback for the Oakland Raiders.
And son of the great Richard Pryor.
This is Mike O'Mara saying to you, Terrell Pryor, I am counting on you.
Radio's Mike O'Mara.
This is radio's Mike O'Mara. Now, right after Sebastian Janikowski has a record of field goals for the game, and Terrell Pryor has a record for passing and touchdowns against the Denver Broncos. Tonight, I hope that I will succeed. I am not exactly setting the world on fire this week with FanDuel, but what is FanDuel, you might ask? Well, it's what I obsessed with yesterday. I was sitting there with my little smartphone,
yes,
and I was watching all the games.
Were you lying in bed?
I had some key contests yesterday.
Okay.
I had the Seattle Seahawks game because I had Marshawn Lynch.
Yes. Oh, your favorite.
Marshawn Lynch, who, an amazing victory by the Seattle Seahawks, and Marshawn Lynch just watching.
Yeah. He was
you know,
like you. He enjoyed a good game.
Pretty amazing that a team can rack up that many, scoring chances and scores, and one of your primary offensive weapons can be just watching.
Yeah, well, it happens.
It happens in the NFL.
What happens is, like you, he was having a rebuilding week.
I'm talking, of course, about FanDuel Fantasy Football.
The best.
Who's your fantasy quarterback? Huh? Is it Kaepernick? Is it Peyton? Is it Tom Brady? Well, mine happens to be, thank you, Josh, Terrell Pryor. And we're going to see how we do with this.
Here we go.
My general manager, Josh Murphy, he's put a team together. We had some good players. We had some not so good players. How is your FanDuel team doing, Oscar?
What's interesting about the updates I get from your general manager and my general manager,
who happened to be the same general manager.
Yes.
That Josh Murphy.
Yes.
Is that he tells me, and I quote, within a text within 5 minutes ago, he says, if Terrell Pryor has a great game for Mike tonight, a career game, we could be in for big money, but he doesn't want to get ahead of himself. Right. And then I said, what about us? And then he writes me 2 words, let me check. Or 3 words.
Okay.
Yeah, he writes to you, I'm not getting service.
Yeah. Remember, we had $6.
Before we get into this discussion, we'll
Yes.
start the show with this today
Okay.
because this weaves its way. This is a fine sponsor, FanDuel.com. We're talking about 1-week fantasy football leagues for real cash. Sign up at FanDuel.com and play today. Immediate weekly cash payouts, no waiting, no upfront fees, no season-long commitments. You do it every single week. You set a new lineup like we're talking about. FanDuel is paying out over $135 million this year. Here's the new user special. 200 listeners to sign up will have their deposit matched up to $200, but if you have to enter the code TMOS, you know that when you join. FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. Use my code TMOS and sign up today. And
it's free money, Oscar.
No, I must beg to differ as much as I really respect my general manager. Yes, a career performance by Terrell Pryor against a formidable opposition in Denver. It's not going to happen.
All he needs is 2,000 yards and 78 points. And you could really have a great week.
Really something like that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Josh is getting ready his reply to you, which is, Mike, any given Sunday?
Yeah.
That would be it.
Look, I give Josh amazing credit for drafting a guy named Jimmy Graham.
Hey, Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham, the tight end for the New Orleans Saints, who had not a career day, had just a great day, and he has a lot of great days, and that's why everybody drafts him.
Yeah, but at least you have him. But Oscar doesn't have it.
But Marshawn Lynch, Marshawn Lynch did not do the same thing. So anyway, it was an interesting day. I would say to my general manager, time for you to start, my boy, focusing on some receivers. They do matter, and crap third-tier receivers don't do dick for me.
This is his first off week. Do you really want to mess with his the way he approaches the game?
Oh, no, you don't understand. See, I'm the owner who just comes down into the locker room and closes the door and yells at the general manager. Then he walks out, and I'm still leaving it up to my general manager.
Oh, okay.
Because my
knowledge, you just told him to get more receivers.
Well,
that's a suggestion from Mike Snyder.
All right, would you like to know let's go through my receivers, okay? I have 3 wide receivers.
Okay.
One, the highest total for my receivers was 11.4 points.
Who did you have?
Art Monk.
James Jones of Green Bay.
Okay.
And then T.Y. Hilton.
That's short for thank you. Did you know that?
The guy, number 13 for your Indianapolis Colts, who just kind of stands there. Congratulates his quarterback when he bootlegs a touchdown. That's about all he does.
Well, I think that's polite.
I came in late, and I see number 13, T.Y. Hilton for the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm like, he caught a touchdown. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. No, he was congratulating Andrew Luck for running for a touchdown. That pissed me off.
Well, maybe he could send flowers.
And then there's Calvin. Let me see. We have Calvin Johnson, who he did okay. Calvin Johnson of the Detroit Lions did okay. So that's 21 points. If I got that from all of my receivers, I'd be terrific. But the bottom line comes down to my quarterback, Terrell Pryor, who I know nothing about. Do you know anything about this
criminal.
guy?
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
He's not a criminal.
He went to Ohio State. He did get in trouble.
Really?
He did get in a little trouble. Not criminal trouble. Not criminal trouble.
He was on
upside?
90210, wasn't he?
No. He, it's the classic college football BS where they sold their jerseys and some of their football pants, and they got in trouble because they traded him for tattoos. It's something dumb.
Okay,
so he deserves a shot tonight.
You mean he traded pants for tattoos? Worst pyramid scheme ever.
It's going to be tough.
If you're going to get in trouble, at least realize some cash.
But it's also going to. This is what I love about fantasy, and this is what I love about FanDuel. With fantasy football, you have the guys that get together and eat pizza and drink beer and have their big draft, and then you have to wait all season long. One of the things I used to hate about fantasy was the fact, I'm not doing a commercial, I swear to God. This is a natural feeling that I like about this particular sponsor we have. The fact that you can set different lineups every week. I hated being saddled with, like, what if I had a Marshawn Lynch that had a season like he did last week, and he did that every week? It would kill me. I love being able to be a little fleet of foot and change the lineups and watch different guys every week.
I think they should do this in real football.
What?
I think they should be able to change their players on the team every week.
There you go.
Wouldn't it be great?
Spoken like a real football fan.
Every Tuesday night there could be a draft and a brand new NFL team every week.
It's funny because watching
ratings would be through the roof.
That's like the Pro Bowl.
Watching the football every single week, and I get the sense, maybe it's, I don't know, I'm always into it.
Right.
But I get the sense that on Facebook and social networking sites, tweets and all that, people are just much more, not only vocal, but they're fickle too. They remind me of me watching hockey, but I'm a minority. People get pissed off at me because it's like, do we have to see one more post about the Washington Capitals, Mike, that we don't care about at all, and you're putting another post? With all the fans, it's especially with the Redskins fans, it's play to play.
Well, do you think that's
it
always
goes
been
play
there?
To play. It's
but
crazy.
do you think it's always been that way? It's just now with social media,
I don't know
we're
whether
seeing it.
I don't know if I'm just noticing it or not.
You're just noticing it.
Well, no, I think
it's been like that every year.
But I think
year.
within the fan itself, that fickleness has always been there. We're just not privy to
Well,
it.
it's because
now you're looking at it on social media.
It's hysterical because we're wonderful children and we all love our sports teams.
Oh, we do.
More people than not are like you, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back in your timeline, say whichever area you're in of the country, you take your home NFL team, and you take, say, kickoff is at 1:00.
Right.
You look at your updates and posts from, let's say, 11 to 12:45.
They're going to be very
They're
optimistic.
positive. Everybody's tailgating. People have brought their TVs out to their porches.
Football's here,
They're
baby.
having a great
Football's
time.
here, baby.
Beautiful day.
They're at the
Football's
game,
here.
and then look at their posts. Win, lose, no draw, win or lose, around 4:00.
Yeah.
And if it went well, you'll know about it.
Right.
If it went horribly, the season's over.
Yeah.
Or they'll just be quiet if their team wins.
Yeah.
Because there are certain fans, like I'm kind of one of them. Carla said to me the other day, "You going to watch the Red Sox game?" I said, no, they clinched the division. I have no interest until the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'll join back in when the playoffs.
Because you can't possibly jinx or do anything. You have no effect.
I
on
just
it.
know it's
done.
You know what I look at it as? This
What?
is so stupid. I'm taking the rest of the season off.
Good for you.
I'm just chilling out.
Yeah, but you have that luxury in baseball that's possible. In football, the best you might get a bye week in football, and that's it. That's 1 week off.
It's every single week.
Yeah.
I was proud of my post yesterday during the game because right now, like everybody knows that I was raised a New York Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants have a worse team than the Washington Redskins.
Disgusting.
So the Giants are truly, truly horrible. So I put 2 posts up all day yesterday. This is it. My first one, did Jesse from Breaking Bad design the Jaguars helmets?
They look like they're airbrushed on.
It's just the most disgusting, ugly, horrible. They look like a car that's that's being repainted.
Right.
It's just terrible. And so got a great response on that. And then this is another one I put there. I will be, and I try to really low-key it when I don't have a dog in the fight, I will be extremely content if I never see another commercial with a Manning in it.
Nah.
Yeah, you know
Because
what?
I'm
with
so
you.
sick of Peyton and Eli. I am so
What about Archie?
sick of Archie, too. Screw him.
Really?
Yes.
What if it
enough.
What if it was something for Archie that was unexpected?
No.
Like Archie Manning's personal lubricant.
No, here it is.
I would watch that.
The Manning boys have more money than Jesus based on their contract.
Oh, and there's a third Manning too. The
Yes.
underachieved, the Oscar Manning. I think his name.
Manning.
Yes.
Well, there is a third Manning. There is a third
Oh, I
Manning.
know.
Got a podcast.
There was controversy last week. It just I said that and I got some great response.
Right.
And that was it. That's how I did it. But you get the passion of everybody and people going, and it's the ups and the downs, and it makes me realize just how much we put into it, our sports, and how really it can set the tone for a whole week.
Does it improve your experience? Seeing the other people that are enthusiastic and fickle and like yourself when rooting for a game.
Let me put it this way.
Okay.
If there is a particular team that I want to see win,
Yes.
like in the case of yesterday, the Buffalo Bills,
Right.
who I wanted to see beat the Jets, I get I commiserate with the people when the Bills lose another game.
Now, I
and
know
I
that
see
you're-
the posts that the people that like Buffalo, and it frustrates me.
It's not like you to ever root against anybody or anything, but is there ever a team?
Is there joy? Is there Schadenfreude?
Is there ever a team that you'd like to see lose, especially if they have a storied history?
Oh, you're an ass.
Just
Yeah,
curious.
he's saying you love to see the Redskins lose.
I
Is that
never,
true?
No.
never said that.
That is
That's what
absolutely.
you just said.
No, I just said,
That is absolutely
I was
not
asking
true.
if that was,
That's depressing.
and I
That
didn't
is
even say
absolutely
football.
not true.
Could have been like a,
What else
a
has a
basketball
storied
team.
history?
Like the Yankees.
Nationals?
Yeah,
the
the
Yankees
5
have a
years
storied
they've had.
history.
The Yankees, for example.
A
No,
wonderful story to that.
I am not the world's.
franchise.
Everybody knows this. I'm not the world's biggest Redskins fans, but it's not like I watch every game the Redskins play and hope that the team they're playing beats them. I don't feel that way. But anyway, it's
True
something.
story, people.
Okay.
True story.
Okay, now you are really ratting me out. You're
What do you
really
mean?
throwing me on the bus.
Let
You know
me-
what this is going to do?
What?
To my
People know
my
you don't
status
like them.
You've announced it before.
Yeah,
Right.
you've gone on record.
Congratulations to the Detroit Lions for breaking their course and winning a game here. I think that's great.
Oh God, we are really setting the table. Yeah.
I
Were we trying to lower our numbers in Washington
I root
D.C.?
for the home team. I've gone on record.
Hey, and you know
you-
what? If they don't
you-
win, it's a shame.
You are a passionate Baltimore Ravens fan.
I am.
You
Yeah.
could give a rat's
I am.
ass
No,
about the
I- look,
Redskins.
I feel-
Oscar said to me just the other day, he
I
said,
watched-
I'd like to see the Redskins go 0-14.
I remember when he
No,
said that.
I did not
Yeah.
say that.
He
That's
said,
what he
I
said.
cannot
That's a
attach.
lie.
What
That's what he
Oscar
said.
said to me
That
after
is
we
a lie.
on
Oscar
Friday,
cannot stand the Redskins.
when we
That's
killed the
BS.
mics on Friday, I
Check the tape.
I think it's a quote, but we don't have a tape because we didn't tape it. It was after
Right.
the show. Wasn't it when he said, I only attach myself to winners?
Right.
So I can't root for the Redskins.
That's the way that went
ever.
on.
You know, it's
That's the way
sad.
that went
It's
down.
sad to see really RG3 out there and him not be able to be the guy he was last season.
Yeah, well,
it really is.
Two things on RG3 with the Washington Redskins, because I do watch the Skins, and I like watching the Skins, and I've watched them for years. You've got a guy with RG3 who I believe is as depressed as the Redskins fans are right now. I have seen from game one to the game yesterday against Detroit, even with the loss, he slid forward. He didn't slide with his feet forward, so it was a legitimate fumble. Yeah. The fact is, RG3 is coming back week after week. I see him get stronger and stronger. He ran better yesterday than he ran in the second game.
I agree.
So we'll see what happens with that.
I hope that's
all
the
is
case.
not lost, but it is. You get that feeling of people, and then the San Francisco faithful that are out there watching
Fired
their
up.
team get annihilated yesterday. It's the everywhere in the country, the ups and the downs of the NFL NFL
Green
season.
Bay lost. Woo!
Yes, Green Bay lost. That's it.
Oh.
We can all applaud that.
Tired of the cheeseheads.
I am too. I am too.
Jesus.
They've had too much pleasure, and sometimes that frustrates me.
Yeah, and that cheese is terrible for your cholesterol.
But I tell you, I think it's great because we vent our frustrations through our sports teams, and that means we're going to be okay.
Hooray, sports games.
Thank you, Ralph. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I want to tell you about Omericon 2013. You guys are doing a great job as we are winding down towards the 500 mark, and got a bunch of tickets to sell, but we are still selling them at a great pace. And I want you to get yours today, live at the State Theater, Saturday night, November 9th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, and the show will be like no other we've ever done. We'll once again be joined on stage by Mickey Coachella. He's of the 98 Rock Morning Show, and he's an all-around funny dude, really one of the best stand-up comedians I've ever seen.
A panic.
As usual, there will be music, dancing, and festivity, a fabulous raffle, and prizes. Save the date. That's Saturday, November 9th at the State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia for Omericon 2013.
I don't want to jump the gun. Wouldn't you say we are really on the we're on the front porch of the holidays? We're almost there, right?
Yes, we are.
Don't you think now is the time to give the gift of O'Mara?
I think technically if you bought a gift for Omericon 2013,
right,
and you gave it to somebody for November 9th,
right,
you could technically say on Christmas morning, hey, you already got your early present.
Put it in a Christmas card and say, you know what? I want to celebrate the birth of Jesus a little early.
Seriously, one of the nicest things that I receive on Facebook are the people that send me these messages that say, I gave my boyfriend, my husband, my wife, my daughter, I gave them tickets to Omericon.
I love that.
And one guy had a picture of his birthday present, and it was a picture of Grand Theft Auto. And then 2 tickets to our show in back of that.
Yeah, I'll look for him at the show. He'll be the well-adjusted guy.
It looked like an album cover, and it was sitting there with 2 tickets to our show. So we're very excited about that.
I'll be there as soon as I kill 2 more hookers.
And incidentally, we are very, very excited about the band situation here. And we are opening it up today. Today is the beginning of our band competition. Very simple. All you have to do is send your video. And we need some video evidence. You can't just say, I've got a great band.
Right.
We'd like some sort of MP3 of what your band is doing or YouTube video of what your band is doing.
What we want is great video.
Great video. And you can send it to band@MikeO'MaraShow.com. That's it, band@MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you would like to share the stage with us, and we'd love to have you up there, band@MikeO'MaraShow.com. Send us your entries, and we're going to try to button this up sooner than later, the next couple of weeks. Pick a band that's going to be on stage with us at the State Theater.
Outstanding. Going to be great.
It should be fantastic. And don't forget, November 9th, and had a good weekend of ticket sales.
Like that. Good job,
Keep it up.
Coke.
I believe in you. I believe in you people. I believe you're going to sell this show out within the next 2 weeks. Oscar Santana does not. He does not have faith in you.
I say 15 days.
I have, and we have the great compromiser. 1 day past my prediction. 1 day past my prediction.
I'm like Stephen Douglas. I just say, 1 extra day. Give them, because, some people are paid monthly.
Right. No, I think within 2 weeks we can sell this
November
puppy.
1st.
No way. The whole month of October, you're full of it. Absolutely not. I'll bet you.
That would be a trick and a treat.
There's absolutely, I guarantee, we will sell this show out by the end of October.
Okay.
I love when you make a fist.
But no, I mean, I said
November.
2 weeks. I said
That's
no.
November.
No,
right
I
there.
said 2 weeks.
By the end of October?
No,
that would be November.
No, 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
2 weeks from today. We will
I'm
sell
gonna.
this show out.
In 2 weeks we'll talk about it.
November
we'll figure out
7th.
where we're at.
But now I feel like you're rooting against me.
I'm not rooting against you. I live in reality.
Well, I don't. You don't think
You
I
live
in
in
reality?
Fantasy Island.
I do not live in Fantasy Island.
You've lived every time we go, and I don't know how you do
see
this
a
to
tampon
yourself.
today or what?
I don't know
Is
how
he feeling?
you
know
a
what it
little
is?
too much weekend.
You know what it is? It's Monday, Oscar.
It's Monday, Oscar. Go ahead. Tell me how I live in fantasy world.
Because every time we do one of these,
Yes.
it's the end of the world because it hasn't sold out the first day. Then it's the end of the world because it hasn't sold out in the first week.
I have a high standard for our listening audience.
I do too.
Right. I have
God bless them.
I have a
but
high
they're
standard.
lazy.
They are not lazy. I cherish the
They
listener.
procrastinate is what they do. That's not lazy.
It's called-
procrastination are people that put
I don't
things off.
consider almost 500 seats sold to this point to be lazy or procrastination. I think that we had a very, very good response in Reno, and we are still not at the Reno mark. We sold out the Reno show in 2.5 weeks.
Right.
We sold out the last State Theater show in about a month and a half. And the fact is that we are well on target. We're at the end of the first week, gentlemen.
That's right.
The first week that tickets have actually been on sale. Tickets went on sale a week ago Friday. That's less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
And we have sold almost 500 seats.
Yes,
I don't
we
think that's
have.
fantasy
No.
to say that I think we can do it in
It's
2
not.
weeks.
You know what I say, Mike? I'm going to offer counterpoint. You're firmly,
Go right ahead.
You are firmly rooted in reality.
Yes.
You're in the now.
And also a tremendous firm respect for our listening audience.
Yes, he does.
That is not, they're not going to disappoint me, all right? And
They never have.
what is something... No, I am absolutely... Oscar doesn't understand me. Oscar doesn't understand
No
the
one does.
ABCs of me that yes, of course I obsess. This is our big fall promotion. This is what we care about, and we do this. So it is, to me, it is top of mind.
This is what makes you brilliant, though. This is why.
And this is what makes you
why.
beautiful.
I had the conversation with, I think, my lovely girlfrione, Shannon, 2 weeks ago.
How's she doing? She's still living with you?
She's doing great.
Oh, and did she come with you to cooking
she's
class?
Happy. Yeah, we went to cooking class. It was her
Did you
idea.
know this, Mike?
I didn't know that.
There's cooking class to be
But
discussed.
I'll say this.
Hold on. Why didn't anybody tell me that?
I was going to spring it on you today.
Jesus Christ. You're going to cooking class with your lady?
We went to one cooking class.
Is that why you sent me the picture of the duck?
Yeah, I made duck.
I see. I thought that was like in your own kitchen.
No,
that was a great.
It looked amazing.
That was a great. What's his name? Herb Welch. You said, Jesus Christ.
I can't believe that. look at that picture of that. So the duck. You know what? There are two things that I'm going to switch gears. Right
Okay.
now. So anyway, you
So
predict.
no
you
sellout
predict,
in 2 weeks.
You say the
You
end of
say sellout in
October.
2 weeks.
I say 2 weeks.
I said the end of. I would say
You said
November
November 1st.
Yeah,
November 1st.
yes.
Oscar says November 1st. I say 2 weeks.
I say October 15th. The Ides of October.
What a dick.
Safely in the middle.
Regardless, a great show.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, I'm already. It's
It's gonna be fun.
the first time we did the state. Do you remember when I said I wouldn't do it unless we got 300 tickets sold?
Yeah.
And then we went by 300 really quickly.
Well, that's when Oscar went out and bought 300 tickets.
Yeah, I bought 3.
It was packed. You know that.
Gave to a bunch of homeless guys.
We're very excited about it. It's going to be a great show, and there are going to be some different things about the show that I think you're going to love. We'll tell you more. You'll hear about it. You know, you're going to get sick of hearing about
Yeah,
it.
you
That's the
will.
way that goes. Oscar sends me a text message. And I looked at this, and he said, "I'm making duck." And I was like, "Wow, Oscar's really coming along. He's in his own domicile, and he's making duck." And I noticed, first of all, the perfect quality of the cooking that was done on the duck. And then I said, "Man, that cookware looks almost restaurant quality."
Oh, God.
Only
And
the
now-
best, Mike. Only the best.
And now you were at some cooking class?
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Kenny, and his wife got together and they had a birthday celebration for him. And they invited myself and my lovely girlfriend along for the celebration, which was a high-end cooking class.
In their home?
No, we went to an actual establishment where they have monitors and
What
they
it
have a
is,
chef.
Mike, it was called a cooking studio.
Oh, really?
A cooking
fully
studio.
equipped
Yeah, we were with
cooking
2 other,
studio.
4 couples total.
Was it a little like home ec?
No, if home ec had flat screen televisions and closed circuit TV, yeah.
Nice.
And this is what day?
This was on Saturday night.
Saturday night?
They serve you wine. They teach you how to cook. You enjoy the evening with
Had
your
you
friends.
gotten banged up on Friday night?
No. That was good.
Really? You were fine?
Yeah, I was totally fine.
Which was the day you got wrecked?
I would say it was Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Saturday.
After the cooking?
During the cooking and after.
Well, I know you, Oscar. Is this
Yeah.
something when you woke up on a Saturday morning that you were looking forward to, or were you dreading?
I don't really like to cook. I have great regard for the couple we were going with, so I knew we were going to have a good time.
So you get along with
yes,
them?
the price.
Guy's going to joke with you.
My,
and you're gonna have
my
fun.
girlfriend paid for it. It was like almost $200, so that was kind of her to take
So they
care of
provided
that.
the duck.
They provided everything. We actually made it was a Thai cooking class, so we made a Thai salad. We made
Did you have to wear a tie?
shrimp pad Thai, and then we made the duck.
Oh,
What
let
did
me
you
see.
What did you put on? Look at the duck. Look at that duck breast.
That looks perfect.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you put on?
We made a
this?
special glaze to put on the duck.
Yeah,
after
you
we
did.
Sliced it up separately.
Did you glaze the duck before you cooked it?
No,
or
after.
So
after
how
the
did you cook that?
She just said put it onto the pan. We put it on low and we
Salt
waited
and
15
pepper?
minutes. No, she had nothing. She said anybody that puts salt and pepper on there, they don't have taste buds. So we could decide how.
Wow,
really,
that's
yeah,
interesting because
and it
that's
tasted great.
I salted and peppered my duck.
Yeah,
Well, duck doesn't need a lot of seasoning because it is very fatty.
it's got a
but
layer
it
of
doesn't.
fat. It's got a layer of fat built in.
Which
Yeah, but the
cooks it.
salt and
Which cooks
pepper.
it, yes.
But the salt and pepper is on all meat, all poultry.
Didn't need it. Didn't need it. She was absolutely right.
And so that fat that's in the pan,
Yes.
the oil, that is a. We'll put this picture up online.
No problem.
That is duck fat.
That is
correct?
duck fat.
That's amazing. That looks really, really good. So it was a good experience?
It was a lot of fun. I will say this, that if I've never found the joy in cooking together with anybody.
Wow, there's actually a book called The Joy of Cooking.
Yeah, because I don't cook at all. And I thought it was fun. It was something different.
And I just laughed at him like a couple of queens. There's actually a job. In fact, there are plenty of other, including the French chef.
No salt and pepper? Okay.
You are such Richard Simmons queen.
I never knew the joy of cooking with another person.
More on Oscar cooking, and also a question I've got about CrossFit. Everything on this show, it's all over the place.
It is.
It's because it's Monday. We'll take a break. Come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's actually a cookbook called that.
No salt and pepper? Oh, good heavens.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Have you never heard of Craig Claiborne?
This segment of the program is brought to you by Vistaprint.com.
Oh, yeah.
I used to think you needed a lot of money to market your business. That was before I found out about Vistaprint.com. They have everything you need to get the word out about your product and services without spending an arm and a leg. And for a limited time only, they are offering 250 premium business cards for only $10. That includes shipping. What a great deal. And if you ever need to order more cards, they have quantities up to 5,000.
That's a lot of cards.
5,000 cards is a tremendous amount of cards.
Yeah, put them in a box.
If you would like to get 250 premium business cards for $10 with shipping included, just go to www.vistaprint.com. Click on the Heard Us on Radio TV button in the upper right-hand corner.
What button?
The Heard Us on TV radio button. Not radio TV. Heard Us on TV radio button.
I love that button.
In the upper right-hand corner, and put in the promotional code. TMOS.
That's after you click the button? The Heard on Radio TV button?
That is correct. Another great thing about these cards is the variety of quality paper stocks you have to choose from. Many come from standard stock, but you can upgrade to premium, glossy, or matte, or regular glossy, even recycled matte if you're a environmentally conscious person. Don't delay. Order your 250 high-quality premium business cards for only $10 today and get your shipping included. Just go to Vistaprint.com, click the icon in the upper right-hand corner, put TMOS in there, and get your 250 business cards stat, baby!
That means as soon as possible.
And send us a card. I'd like to get your card. We'll put it on the radio. And if you send us a lovely little business card, we'd like to share that with our listeners.
And we can add you to the scrapbook, and we will officially be connected.
If you are listening to me with this sound and a little dry throat here, I'm at the tail end.
Do you need more drink?
I do desperately need
Pony,
more drink.
can you help this gentleman out?
God bless you, Pony. That would be wonderfully helpful.
Water?
That is exactly what I need.
Pony,
thank you,
here
Rob. The fact
Pony.
is...
What are you going to do, bring it in your hands? Here's a cup. Jesus.
This weekend
I brought a hose.
Sick bay, sick bay, sick bay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever treated myself better when I have been ill.
You know
because
what?
I've never had an opportunity
I knew
to.
you were sick when you texted me that you canceled your cooking class.
Did you go and see your daughter?
No, I did not.
Okay.
You know what? That's probably for the best. And you had
couldn't
seen
do it.
her recently.
Well, she's changed the schedule. We were going to go down early in the morning, and she changed the schedule because of her field hockey. She's playing club field hockey down at the fabulous University of Mary Washington. And because of that, I said that's later in the day. We hadn't planned on that with the baby. So the combination of everything, me being in the car with the baby, I wanted to avoid the baby at all costs. I have been sequestered from the baby.
How is this weekend different?
That's not nice.
That was simply
That
a
is
joke.
really not nice.
It's been a brutal layoff.
3 years.
That's so not true.
There's
so
I
mean to
have
me.
a friend who has
Thank you.
who has a newborn.
Thank
and
you,
he says
Matthew.
he listens. I actually saw him like 3 weeks ago, and I met his beautiful baby, and I was like, oh wow, like what's fatherhood like?
Oh.
He said, he's like, it really is like you stop thinking about yourself. Everybody says that you start living for this little
true.
person. So-
Can I give you a schmaltzy moment here?
Yeah,
Because-
can I
maybe
just finish this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
And he says, what really gets to me, and it kind of, like, I really get upset, and I don't even know why, is when I hear Mike bitching about how little he does with that baby. And I said,
Wow.
you mean little Michael? He goes, yes, little Michael.
Okay. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, and I
do.
said, I said, well, I think Mike really does a lot more than he talks about. Like, I think he actually does change diapers. I think he actually does like babysit. I've heard him babysit before.
Sure.
He just doesn't talk about it on there. So you just hear like what he doesn't like to do.
Yeah, well, and also keep in mind there is just a little bit of shtick going on.
Clearly.
I mean, he's a
you
fine father.
You love that baby.
I'm just taking notes.
Yeah.
Oscar rats Mike out.
Yeah.
Oscar.
He doesn't go golfing.
No,
5 days
he
a
doesn't.
week.
No.
Mike
Clearly doesn't.
on taking care of baby.
You know what's great is I can hear right before our very eyes
the
the
two this week.
the State
and it's
Theater.
only Monday, and I owe you 2.
The State Theater show is taking shape. The world's longest episode of Oscar's World, live on stage at the State Theater.
You bet your sweet ass on that one. I have a moment today. I will ignore what my distinguished Bolivian bastard colleague.
Well, you
just
know
said
what's
there.
great is that Monday Oscar only happens once a week.
Yes, this
Anecdote.
is true. Yeah, you know,
Did you just say anecdote?
I-
You are such a dick.
God, I am ready to kill you already.
I was going to say it last week, but I totally forgot.
Yeah, well, you tried to forget more.
It's funny how you remember today.
Yes, isn't that funny?
You know what? It's not
Okay.
that funny.
All right, good. Password is accounts receivable.
That's
anyway. So anyway,
This he remembers.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I remember
Jesus.
that. But anyway, going great. I wanted to share this. That this moment, last week, the week before, Michael Williams suddenly got to that level where he is recognizing. And it's really a question of focus because you get up close to them and then the field of vision goes further and further away as their little eyes start developing.
Because I remember
and they can recognize
up
you.
until this point, you kept saying to him, you say, son, you better recognize. You better recognize.
Recognize
You
me.
best recognize.
So it is now all in. He is not only recognizing, but I'm getting a smile almost every time. And I do the same, hello. And he gives me the grin. And I am depleted because of the illness of the weekend.
Right.
And I think other factors. And I have my Irish moment today
Oh, boy.
where he looks up at me and he
Gave
does
him a
this.
potato?
No, he goes, hee.
Oh, just
And-
for seeing you?
Yeah, just seeing me.
Oh, that's great.
And I lost it. And I turned around and I said to my wife, I said, you know what? If that's the way you start a week, I can't think of any better way.
sweet.
But this is how it was. This is what an ass I am. I said, if that's the way it happens, I can't believe that's like the best way. That's the best way anybody can start a week. I asked you not. I lost it. I started getting emotional. I started crying because I'm sitting there going, because it was that moment that I'm like, what, I'm 54 years old and I'm sharing this moment. I got this
beautiful.
little body that's sitting there and he's looking at me and he goes, hey, it's already the father-son thing.
Yeah.
It's already, Dad, that's Dad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's Dad. And screw the coloring in the beard.
I have
I'm Santa Claus. The beard coloring is done.
Really?
I don't want my son to grow up not knowing who I am.
You know
I'm
what?
not going to
Hold that
pretend I'm
thought
somebody I am.
until the audio vault because I have a tape that plays into that.
Yeah, because I'm not. I'm not going to do it anymore. I like my gray
Not
beard.
even for the live show.
No, not even for the live show.
Because
Because
black plays better under bright lights.
No, you know what I really decided?
What?
The Regulars was ridiculous. Do you know how the opening segment of the Regulars was me with the white beard?
Yes.
Yes.
And then the next segment is you and I sitting in Jimmy's bar, and I've got this like Blackstone dark beard.
Hello.
I think I'm done with that experiment.
Wow.
So
Not even
because-
something subtle.
What is your problem? You have a problem with my white beard?
No, it's just I know that it's something you are. I won't call you vain, but I will say you take pride in your appearance.
Yeah, I like
and
it.
and sometimes you get a little flipped out about the white hair.
No,
and
it's-
I'm right there with you because I forget exactly why, but you guys instructed me to grow my beard.
Right.
And
And
I've got.
you've got the gray.
I
Look at him. He's
look
doing
like an
it.
old man.
But that's men's beards go gray before anything else in their body.
Particularly married men.
Mike, but I thought we were going to do the side. It's like you can't paint your front door all the time. You got to paint the whole house.
You mean
I thought
the-
we were going to do the sides,
the
and,
hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I really think
We gotta
and
see that.
You've
Too
got
much work.
time.
It's too much work.
You've got time to give it a test spin before the live
Yeah.
show to go see just once
So
on
go
your
see-
bucket list.
Go see a real colorist.
Go see a
Yes.
colorist just once.
Do you
And have them do
why-
everything.
I'm curious because my coworkers are looking at me and they are saying that they think I
Because
should
you
do
take
this.
great pride in your appearance.
No, I don't think that's it. Do you think it would look better for the show if I didn't have this Snow White beard? Wilford Brimley beard?
No.
Tell me the truth. Tell me-
Diabetes.
My God, certainly he just told me I was a bad father and that I hate the Redskins.
Whoa.
I think
didn't say that.
I know that you are sometimes troubled by your white hair.
Who was that friend of yours that said that about me?
His name's Ryan.
Hey,
wasn't-
Ryan, lick my bag. Lick my Irish
He's
bag.
loving this right
you
now. He's
douche.
loving it. He's loving it.
I can't believe Mike doesn't spend more time with his kid.
First
of all, I'm in the house every day, Ryan, with my child. What about you?
He didn't say that.
Well, that's what I interpreted.
Yeah. And you know what?
You're the one that brought it up.
Mike, be fair. Douche Ryan can't take time to lick your bag because he's too busy playing classical music and reading to his baby.
What does Ryan do for a living?
Ryan does a bunch of custom work for cars. Like, he doesn't work on cars, but he installs stereo, stuff on motorcycles, LED lights, all that stuff.
Ryan, because you dissed me to Oscar
Black
and then he put
market
it on the air, I would like to have a stereo system put on my snowblower.
Snowblower?
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Well, why don't you
Do you want an LCD panel inside your motorcycle?
Oh, God. I have that.
Oh, you do?
You know, that's the thing.
I didn't
got.
know you had that.
No, I went up to Laconia, and for $250, a guy put like one little strip, and then somebody said, well, you know, if you really want to make that look really good. No, to be honest with you, I've already found out it's illegal in the state of Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And if I can't ride with it on, because that would be the coolest, to ride with it, and you can't
sure.
ride with them on. You have to, like, park the bike, and it's low-level voltage, so you can leave it on, and it's not going to kill the battery on your bike. So I've got little green lights on that, but it looks very cool at night.
What about a stereo?
A stereo on my
Well, you have one, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I put mine in myself, and I did a terrible job with it.
Oh, I remember
So
that, yeah.
If Ryan would like to come over here
and apologize?
to me personally about telling me that I was a bad
and
father.
Little Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really it's not about Mike, it's about the boy.
Yes.
Hey, does he do any work on hair?
Let me ask you honestly, Rob.
Yes.
Do you think it would be better? Now, tell me honestly.
I swear, hand on a stack
Better
of
for
Bibles.
the show if I went to a colorist.
Okay, now what you've asked is a yes/no question, but what I'm going to give you is a 2-sentence answer.
Oh God!
And here it is.
All right, hold on.
When you are at your happiest, the show is at its best.
Oh, yeah. That is so
yes,
true.
If you are happy with the hair, the show benefits. So yes, the answer is yes.
Thank you, Rob. Well put.
Remember, this is just a test. If you hate it, it'll grow out in time for the show.
Here's my weird, convoluted. I'm going to give you the whole thing.
Okay.
This is the thought process.
Okay.
I swear to God, there is. You know that I obsessed over the weekend on this show, Breaking Bad.
Yes.
There is an old man character in Breaking Bad that I adore. He's my favorite character
Is his
in
name
the show.
Uncle Dave?
He is the character I associate with the most.
So you
He's
relate
the
to
character
him.
I identify, although he's an evil guy. He is the character.
So you relate to him?
I totally relate to the guy. I do. Is like my little hero.
The Hitman?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Is he a disc jockey?
Season 3, right?
Let me get the
Season 3.
This is pretty much the. I'm not giving any spoilers out here.
Okay.
When I tell
Season
you
3,
this
for
is
God's
this
sake.
is the guy on the. You hear him on the phone a lot, and this is the.
I've
this
been
is the
meaning
guy.
to watch it since 2009.
This is the character from Breaking Bad. Don't even know the guy's name. It's Mike.
Yeah.
His name is Mike.
That is Mike.
And he is
His
a
name is
hitman.
Mike, and
He's an assassin.
This is his number one line.
Walt, what are you doing?
Yeah, you just did him. You just did him. You're right. Did you practice his voice?
No.
Oh, that was perfect.
No. The fact is that
was so
this guy.
perfect.
This guy.
Wow, that was perfect.
Is he schmoozing?
No, I just got giddy because I know that character, and that was the phone. That phone call is always, "What are you doing?"
Walt always has a
Yeah.
meltdown. Let me get back to the whole thing about what I
I
started
swear, that was
talking
cool.
about. Being in sick bay as I was all weekend long, and really sequestering myself from the rest of the family.
Right.
And I got
Were you
to
in
the
your
point,
bed?
I never thought in a bed. Yes,
Upstairs
in
in your bed?
Yes, in my bed.
What were you wearing?
Sheets are drawn, right? Black.
Tony, should I have even come to work
You're
today?
black.
This is a tribute to you.
Should I have
You're
even
in the
We're
dark.
just painting
between
a picture.
both of you?
The glow of
I
that
see.
screen.
Like I didn't trust him with the. Hey, that's incredible. That sounds exactly like
It
him.
does sound like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really offensive.
The thing that was great is he started praising you before you did it.
Oscar, what are you doing?
No, you did better before.
Oscar, what are you doing?
There you go.
All right.
That's better.
Yeah, and make sure whenever you do
Oscar,
a voice,
we're going to go for a long drive in the desert.
whenever you go for a voice, Mike, that's the guy you want to impress.
Absolutely.
I'll bring my
That's
ricin.
So I'm watching.
We'll need an engineer.
I'm trying to catch up with Breaking Bad.
Right.
Two things I noticed about it. When you are 5 years late to a television show,
Yeah.
binging is not the easiest thing to do in the world.
No.
And I watched so much television this weekend because I had nothing else to do, and I'm not a big reader. You might have figured that out.
What?
No,
Well, I know you take the Reader's Digest.
I take the Reader's Digest.
He likes life in these United
I'll
States.
read my articles in Esquire magazine,
Sure.
GQ, Men's Health, and all those other
You
things.
also read that book about the Kennedys.
The Kennedys,
Yeah,
yes.
and the Seabiscuit book.
Seabiscuit book and
Seabiscuit book.
and Unbroken, the story
Yes.
of Louis Zamperini, which is going to be made into a movie directed by Angelina Jolie, and I will get that author on the show because the book is absolutely incredible.
And also, you were way into 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, I was. It just got me too horny. So I tried to binge. I think I am 2 or 3 episodes into season 4.
Oh,
You're
look at
getting
you.
there.
I knocked out a lot, but I mean, it is a huge commitment to watch binge television.
And you know what? This is a show, from what I understand, Breaking Bad is not a passive show.
Rob said he's because they're offering it now on AMC.
AMC is running every episode in sequence leading up to the season finale.
Right.
So I'm going to try to at least be well versed in it in time for the finale.
That's fair.
And it is, everybody's worried that I was going to come in here and talk about Dexter and give a spoiler alert.
Saw that last night?
And now I did not, so do not spoil it for me because I am terrified about missing any. There's a lot
How
of
did you
TV
miss out on Dexter?
I've been watching too much stuff. There's just too much stuff. It all coagulated into one thing. I'm trying to catch up with Breaking Bad.
Right.
I did look in on the Emmys.
Right. Fabulous.
Jesus Christ. What an absolute waste of time.
You know what? It spoke very well to the whole overall Emmy presentation that it stayed almost on time. When it stays on time, it's not worth watching.
So Neil Patrick Harris, I figured it out. I'm like, why? Why do I dislike this guy? I said, he's on a very funny sitcom.
Yes.
He's got talent, but he doesn't have enough talent. You know what I mean? Where he does the
his
song
reputation
and dance.
precedes his talent. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
the song and
he
dance
does
was weak.
He hosts the Tonys and he does song and dance. He's
Yeah.
not that good.
No.
But what he is, and this is what it's become. This is what radio's become. This is what broadcast television has become. When the opening vignette of the Emmy Awards is a bit that involves the CEO of CBS,
Les Moonves, yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. What you're doing is sucking the ass of the corporate guy, and it's safe, and it's like, here's the hand-chosen guy.
Yeah, and if you have
Lorne Michaels, and it was safe.
If you have 4,000 people in the theater or whatever it is, I think it was at the Staples Center last night, so
Right.
it's probably 4,000 or 5,000 people, I guess. Don't play to them. Mm-hmm. Play to the 35 million that are watching, but they can't bring themselves
You know what
to do it.
The great thing is that the only place it's not safe is the content. That the shows that are out there, I think the television programs that are being made nowadays are not safe. They're actually blazing new trails.
Thank you, HBO.
And they're really the cable and as far as these different networks Netflix now with House of Cards, you've got these. The content is spectacular. I mean, there's so many shows that I watch now that I consider to be amazingly quality television.
Motion picture quality.
Motion picture
It
quality.
started with The Sopranos, I think. That was the first show that you really had to sit and watch and listen to everything because it was that rich. And it wasn't Barney Miller. It wasn't something to have on in the background.
And late to the party, but I don't care. Breaking Bad, without question, one of the most brilliant shows ever written and beautifully written and just a constant story. And God, the minds, the brilliance that's coming out of Hollywood where they churn out this good stuff. And then you watch a show like the Emmys and it's just this gigantic yawn.
There
it's just terrible.
There was one speech that touched me, and it reminded me a little bit of kind of you and Little Michael's relationship. And I did think of you because I looked over at Shannon and I said, would be cool if this ever happened in this manner where the gentleman won that worked for SNL or something safe. He just won.
Yeah,
but
the
he got
head writer for Saturday Night Live.
He got up.
Or the director, I think.
Director,
the
I
director
think.
for
He
Saturday
got
Night
up
Live.
and he went quickly, but then straight to his daughter who's 15. And this gentleman's long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And you could see her on camera, and she was there with a friend,
right?
And she was giddy and beaming.
Yep.
And he
I
said
remember
what high
what he
school
said.
she went to. Go
what
ahead.
he said that was so cool is he said that I have a job that I love, and my daughter thinks I'm kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that, you know what, if you're a dad, regardless of age, that's pretty cool right there.
It's really the work that's being done on television is in no way represented by that crap television show, the Emmys.
Yes.
It really was just so safe. Kind of down with the memorials and stuff.
Well, you know
but
what it was?
the memorials were terrible.
You're right.
The memorials, Robin Williams' tribute to Jonathan Winters was horrible.
I was horrified he was going to fall down. I mean, he looked like he was not well.
It was just it was ill-conceived. It was just like, and incidentally, if you're going to do a tribute to Jonathan Winters, show Jonathan Winters, for God's sake.
And also, there's a big
not Robin Williams trying to do a bit with Jonathan Winters,
but it wasn't even that Robin Williams. It was I'm Robin Williams.
Yeah,
it
horrible.
was really horrible to see him contain. And also, there's a big brouhaha that Jack Klugman wasn't featured.
Yeah.
The guy who had, I think, 3 Emmys,
Right.
and he was just in the montage.
I know.
The whole thing, they CBS'd it.
Yeah, and they absolutely did.
And you know what
CBS it.
happens, Oscar?
They totally CBS
The big
it.
4 networks, they take turns as who gets the Emmys.
Oh, okay.
And this was an absolute CBS presentation.
As safe and as non-threatening and as co-promotional. They all do the promotional thing.
Yeah, but I mean, when Fox does it,
But
they go,
can
they
we
know
all
how to
agree,
do it.
though, the good thing about television is the quality of the
Yes.
work that's being done?
Yeah, I
because
agree.
really, it's getting better and better. And kudos to Netflix for actually coming up with this great content that we're going to see more of. Streaming video. When we're talking about a show like House of Cards, that's a tone setter, and I think you're going to see more of the online networks coming up with this, and I think that's exciting.
There's original shows on Hulu Plus. Did
Right.
you know
And what
that?
was that guy's name that said that about me and the kid?
No, Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. Yeah, I hope you get electrocuted putting in one of your LED systems.
Oh,
That's
no.
not really nice
I know.
of you to
How about
say.
that? Okay, we'll take a
That's
break. Come back
mean.
with
Mike,
news.
what are you doing?
Death?
You may not. yeah, death. We'll take a break. Come back with more news you may not need right after this.
I just kept on rolling and controlling them bones. Finally, they just threw up their hand and said, "You hot?
You hot?
I said, "Thanks a lot." When you hot, you hot.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the show is brought to you by Amazon.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week. We'll talk about it this week. We are getting into the Christmas season, believe it or not. We're
That's
on
right.
the exterior of that. It's a huge time of the year for the Mike O'Mara Show and Amazon, and it's the one place to go for everything you need. If you need it, Amazon has it. They are always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And don't forget your office supplies as well. This particular weekend, I did it myself. Went to Mike O'Mara Show, clicked on the Amazon button because our microwave was burning up our food.
Did you get a new microwave?
Got a new microwave.
What kind?
I got a Panasonic.
Nice.
And I got a great deal, 22% off on Amazon. Got it right through the Mike O'Mara Show page. And it
Perfect.
will be delivered either today or tomorrow.
Is it one of the kind that spins?
I believe it does.
I love that.
But it's smaller than the original one because Mrs. O'Mara is downsizing the kitchen.
It's 9 inches by 10 inches.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to like one of those small bags of popcorn. That's about all we can cook in the thing.
That's right. It's like for a dorm.
I'll no longer be able to cook my full-size turkey. Today and every day, save money and support this show. Just click the Amazon button at MikeO'MaraShow.com and bookmark it, Buster.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
You know, a lot of people don't know this about Mike Oscar. Every Thursday, he microwaves an entire turkey.
And I feed it to the poor.
You do. And that's his way of giving back. That way and putting a band on stage at Americon.
Four, nice to get the cross promotion in. 4 thunderous explosions rattled Nairobi's upscale mall this morning as part of a battle between Kenyan troops and al-Qaeda-linked terrorists. Top Kenyan officials said 2 hostage takers, part of a multinational collection from all over the world, had been killed. Kenya's interior minister said the evacuation of hostages has gone very, very well.
It's so horrifying.
Not exactly specific, is he?
It's weird because you know what? It sounds like something that would happen in a more third world country. And you look and it's like Fair Oaks Mall over there.
Yeah.
And you can't imagine that going down when you're at a mall.
Interior Minister Joseph Ole Lenku has also revised the death toll to 62. Kenyan officials earlier said 59 people had died since the siege at Westgate Mall began on Saturday, while the Red Cross had put the total at 68. Then, in a tweet, lowered it to 62, saying some bodies had been counted twice. We can talk about this tomorrow on the show. I'm curious because everybody thinks about the soft targets, which are shopping malls, and whether we should make any kind of adjustments to our shopping malls, which I think, if we're going to do this in airports, I don't think it's a bad idea to have not necessarily draconian measures, but some increased security at shopping malls might not be a bad idea.
A place to start is anyone should be carded that's buying a Cinnabon.
Rob Spiewak.
I mean, you know what they are?
Spiewak
They're just small steps.
And in his wonderful cartoon world.
Can you believe that the terrorists are actually tweeting?
Yeah, it's
scary.
terrifying. With a week left to hammer out a deal to avoid a government shutdown, some lawmakers seem resigned, if not rushing, to that end. Most say they don't want the first government shutdown since '96. But if the government happens to shut down, so be it. Republicans say it's part of their effort to dismantle Democrats' health care overhaul, while Democrats defending the law recall that similar standoffs gave them political gains. And fingers were already being pointed just to be on the safe side. Point at you.
Point you.
Who's guilty?
That's what
Who do
we
you
talked
think's
about
guilty,
last
fellas?
week.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh.
Who's guilty?
I think. Well, at this point, I think the Republicans, unfortunately.
Well, I think politically they're going to suffer the most damage for this.
They stand to.
You know, that guy Ted Cruz, man, that's a scary-looking guy. My way or the highway. We're going to shut him down, man.
Keep pointing.
Shut him down. In his first public comments since last week's shootings at the Washington Navy Yard, a defiant National Rifle Association Executive Vice President Wayne LaPierre called for more armed security on U.S. military bases. This is a tragedy, he said, that should not have happened, a memorial service that should not be taking place, and victims that should not be victims.
What a bold, empty stance.
In a post-9/11 world, he says, a naval base within miles from Congress, the White House, 7 miles from here, largely left unprotected, a terrorist target, a high-value terrorist target, completely unprotected. That can't stand. The NRA is calling today for layers of security around our military bases. Just as he did in the wake of the shootings in Newtown, Connecticut, LaPierre called for more guns, not less, in an effort to protect potential victims of gun violence. Quote, the whole country, David, knows the problem is there, and there weren't good enough guys with guns, LaPierre said when he was talking to David Gregory of Meet the Press.
Yeah.
The whole country, David, knows the problem is there weren't enough good guys with guns. When the good guys with guns got there, it stopped.
You know what? He's slimy even in the fact that he drops the name David in his quote.
You know
what?
David.
David.
We'll
David.
have to, it's just, it's the same thing. And, I think everybody agrees that something should be done, but nothing's going to get done.
No.
Welcome to America. The Emmys lived up to its reputation as the least predictable entertainment award show. Apple says shoppers... Thank you. Apple says shoppers snapped up $9 million of its, 9 million units of its newest iPhone since the devices were launched Friday, and that demand is exceeding supply. Shocker!
Just like they predicted and just like they wanted.
Its shares jumped 6% in pre-market trading. Apple says the two new models gave its strongest iPhone launch ever. This is from the guy that said Apple's going to go out of business.
You know what? I think that Apple...
I'm an idiot.
What they should do... Now, Apple, I understand that they're going to have to make a lot of iPhones. That's probably why the new iOS doesn't work with iTunes.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're missing
a couple
the
bugs.
A couple
bugs.
Read an awful lot of FUs to iOS 7 over the weekend.
You know what? They've got to figure out a way for us to go back, because this is not the first time I have been boned.
The company began selling the low-cost 5C and the top-of-the-line 5S on Friday. The company says demand for the iPhone 5S has exceeded the initial supply, and many online orders are scheduled to be shipped in the coming weeks.
You're saying that this is the most successful iPhone launch since the original launch, right?
I think so.
Does this shock you, Oscar, as a guy with his finger on the poke?
It does, simply because what really has happened is a lot of people that have 4Ss and older phones have been waiting a long time. And now that you have two options, a high-end iPhone or an iPhone that really is the iPhone 5.
Yeah, the plastic iPhone.
They have options, so they're choosing one or the other. Instead of just going one way, you can go two ways, and that's giving people more of a chance to actually afford the new phone.
I wanted to ask you, though, about the 5C phone.
Yes.
What's the name of that guy that said I was a bad father?
Ryan.
Okay. F you, Ryan.
Yeah, hope you enjoy your 5C.
He didn't say you were a bad father, though.
Okay.
Well, he implied it.
Whatever. This is one
said
of those...
he wasn't as good as a good father as him.
That's right. Yeah, dick.
Or Warren.
No, he said exactly this. I can't believe Mike bitches about what he does with his son, because it doesn't sound like he does a lot. That's what he said. Something.
When do I bitch about my son?
All the time, Mike. When you, but never on the show.
Right.
It's when you get drunk and call me at night.
Rob, I can't stand it. I can't stand it anymore.
Like 10:45, and Carrie says, he's calling again.
Does he listen to the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day.
You know what? Does he hear it, or does he listen to it?
You know, he probably hears what he wants to.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah,
he's got his head,
about.
with all those LED lights.
Yeah.
Does he have a brand new child?
Yeah, newborn.
Boy or girl?
Little girl.
Little girl?
Little girl. Beautiful
Oh, okay.
little girl.
Hey, all right, and its name is Ryan?
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, my son is smarter. Anyway, thank you.
And also, he doesn't realize you have a very special set of skills. I'm not saying anything else.
This is one of those products that just doesn't make sense. Like, how did it make it from idea to production to packaging to distribution to store shelves? With one person saying, without one person saying maybe this isn't a good idea.
What is it?
Apparently, people have been spotting a Halloween costume for sale at Walmart Ryan might be interested in this.
Oh, what is it?
It's called The Naughty Leopard, aimed at toddlers.
Oh.
Like a sexy toddler
like a
outfit?
sexy naughty leopard costume.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Never. I mean, they've got
Toddlers
to be
and tiaras.
Yeah, you got to be at least 7.
The Naughty Leopard for toddler girls.
Kidding. Just a joke. I did that for your friend. What's his name again? Who says Mike's a
Ryan,
bad
he's
father?
getting a lot of run on this
That's
show.
Right.
I love it.
Because the costume isn't anything like the naughty costumes for adult women. It's more like an age-appropriate black dress you'd put your daughter in, plus some animal ears. So I guess it's just the name of the item.
Oh, it's suggestive of sexuality.
Yes,
Yeah,
Walmart
it's
hasn't
still
commented
wrong.
on the costume, and yeah, obviously naughty can mean disobedient, but still, even though the packaging says naughty leopard, Walmart took that part off its website and just calls it now the Leopard Child Halloween costume.
You know what's another bad costume they have is the F-bitch leopard. Which is, you want to stay away from that for kids. That's no good either.
He gets weird when we get into kid stuff, doesn't he? Very strange.
Stay away from it.
And he's got 2 of them. That's the strange thing. All right, here we go. And now a little something.
Good.
On Friday, a screening of the new Hugh Jackman movie Prisoners was interrupted at a theater near Portland, Oregon, when someone thought a person had pulled a gun.
Oh.
Thankfully, they were wrong. It started when a man in his 70s, who hasn't been identified, decided to go to the bathroom. But instead of leaving the theater, he unzipped and relieved himself on a 14-year-old kid.
Oh,
that is
no.
not okay.
And police say, yes, the man had been drinking. At this point, the kid's parents flipped out on the guy, and during the fight, someone thought they heard something about a weapon. Now, it's not clear that the person, what the person thought they heard, but they yelled out someone had a gun, and the whole theater started freaking out. Then nearby businesses were put on lockdown. Eventually, the police got there. They didn't find any weapons, and in the end, the elderly man was just banned from the theater. That's all that happened.
All right.
So far, the family of the kid has not decided to press charges, and I've decided to never put my drink on the floor of a movie theater again. This popcorn tastes funny.
You know what? It's still better than that fake butter.
I tell you, if his peas like that, well, no, forget it.
No,
We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Whatever gets you through the night.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC, the people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. For a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Be sure and thank them for sponsoring TMOS. Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com. Let's open up the audio vault for Monday, September 23rd, 2013. Rob Spiewak.
Got about 1 million messages on Facebook. I am not boning that guy on The Big Bang Theory. I just want you to know that.
Is that
Jim Parsons?
Oh, Jim Parsons.
Jim
Who
Parsons.
won again.
Of course. Very predictable, very easy. And again,
Welcome to the Skinny Gay Man Emmys.
let's reward everyone with tiny, tiny jackets. But here is the clip in question from the, I guess it was Best Supporting Comedic Actor.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll wrap it up. I love my manager, Marsha McManus, my agent, Joe Mahota, and my favorite person on earth, Todd Spiewak. Thank you all very much.
So it's Todd.
Todd Spiewak.
No relation as
You get
far
a big
as I
old
know.
Woody when that happened?
Oh, man, it was a rager.
You know, that guy, you know what's funny about that guy?
Almost nothing.
Is it Parsons? What's his name? Jim Parsons?
Jim Parsons.
Jim Parsons is almost like, in my opinion, a child actor. When that show's over, I'm not sure whether we're going to see him again.
Oh, you're right. You know what? He actually did an episode of iCarly,
Right.
And he played the exact same thing. He's already right in
He's
that
pigeonholed.
Yeah, he's pigeonholed. He can't
Right.
do anything else.
How many years has he been doing it, though?
It's an amazing run. I mean, he probably doesn't have to work again.
Yeah.
7 or 8 years, I think. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's syndication, baby.
Wow.
For anyone who followed music in the 1990s, this rumor has existed a long time. I want you to hear this record, but first, a jingle.
Much more KLIF music.
I want you to know.
You remember Alanis Morissette,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
That's her angry song.
And it was a great, one of the last great pop. But do you know that there's been rumors for years about who this song is about?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who the rumor is?
Am I going too far back when I say John Mayer, maybe?
No, it's older than that, actually.
Dave Coulier.
It is the guy from America's Funniest People and Full House,
Yes.
right? He
Uncle
actually
Joey.
he confirmed it. He confirmed
Really?
it. Here's the great Dave Coulier for 10 more seconds. He's relevant. Dave Coulier confirms that the song You Ought to Know is about
The
him.
one that got me was I Hate to Bug You in the Middle of Dinner. And that was because we had already broken up, and she had called. She was living in Canada at the time. And she called, and I said, hey, I'm right in the middle of dinner. Can I just call you right back? And so I remembered that line when I heard You Ought to Know, and I just went, it was more like,
Now Taylor Swift has taken it to a new level.
Yeah, I mean,
when you break up, you get a song written about you.
Exactly.
But this one, this is a tough song.
Oh,
this
it's
is
terrible.
a song with teeth.
She did not like
and
him.
Can you imagine you blow off one girl on a phone call because you're having dinner and it goes to the top of the charts? That's gotta suck. Anyway,
That's great.
Also they discussed whether or not they would discuss it in the media because it was sort of a secret for a while.
Right.
Not anything to the level of You're So Vain, but it was a secret. So here's what he says about what they were going to say if the media questioned him.
I asked Alanis, I called her and I said, hey, look, what do you want me to say to the media when these folks call me? And she said, you can say whatever you want. And so I've always taken the high road and said, the guy in that song's an idiot. I would hate to be that guy. But she wrote it after we broke up. So, I like to think that, we parted as good friends. And, I think nothing but the world of her. I think she's a pretty outstanding human being.
Well, that's sort of the attitude
Years
I would
later.
take if I was, underground and she was still kind of relevant. But anyway, he does confirm it.
That's not
but
fair
it wasn't
to
a very good. It wasn't a very well kept secret.
No. People kind of alluded to it, and
because they dated.
Alanis Morissette went out of her way and kind of mentioned it after a while.
Right.
But the fact that this audio is out, this is the first time I've heard him actually talk about it.
Yeah, this is the first time he's confirmed it.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool the way he's doing it.
Yeah,
I'm on his side.
and you know what?
At the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, we'll never hear from him again. Meanwhile, coworker.
You're not a Cool Ye fan, are you?
No. No.
Who is?
Meanwhile, Tmos making a fortune selling yogurt.
Yay!
Yeah. The Onion, which is a website that never fails to make me laugh, compiled a list of songs that are guaranteed to ruin the mood if you're about to have sex.
Okay.
And these are some of the songs they say are not great mood setters if you're going to make love. This one was my favorite.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
So let's say you're in various stages
of the Republic.
Various stages of undress, and you're about to put your moves on. You turn on the stereo.
That's funny, Rob. I've lost my energy.
And what's the name of your friend that says Mike's a bad dad?
Oh, it's Ryan.
Ryan will appreciate song number 2 on the list. Mike, when you're just too busy to give your son the time he deserves.
Cats in the Cradle.
Harry Chapin.
He grew up just like me.
Tried to ride just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way.
I said I'd love to, son.
Can I have the keys to the car now,
So
please?
sad.
It is a sad song.
So sad.
What is it based on?
Based on a father and son who, the father did not wasn't there for his son.
No.
Kept blowing him on.
And now the son is
And
not
the
there for
cats
his
in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon.
And then his son doesn't have time for him, right?
Yeah, when the dad gets older and retires, he said, "Sure love to talk to you, son." He says, "God, work's kind of a hassle, so I gotta go." And he says,
no.
"My son
Was just like me."
Oh,
Very
no.
sad.
That's right. I've already ruined it. Mike can save his relationship.
Yeah, you're never there for your son, Rob.
I don't agree that this is a mood killer.
Ryan,
This-
you might want to listen to those lyrics.
Yeah.
This song makes me want to bone. Eddie Murphy.
Oh, horrible song.
It is horrible. Do you remember who produced it?
Eddie Murphy.
No, the producer was Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, because it sounded exactly
Like
like
a Rick James record.
song.
So that's not a great. That's not
that song
aphrodisiac.
just screams like lines of blow.
Oh, it does.
It's 80s.
Now here's a song that does not at all suggest cocaine to me, and this does not set the mood for sex. It's Oh, here we go. Boots Randolph, Mike.
Yeah.
Benny Hill.
Yeah. Although this would make sex funny,
This will take your boner away.
I like funny sex.
Wow.
And those are the songs that do not set the mood. Do you have any go-to music for when you're feeling that way?
When it's time to make out. Side 2 of Pink Floyd.
All right, and I do want to close with something from the Emmys last night. One moment that I might have found funnier than anyone else. I don't know why. When they were doing Best Comedic Actor, it was Jimmy Kimmel and Sofia Vergara. And I just like the way she reads cue cards.
They say that the laughter is the best medicine.
But it's not. Laughter is actually terrible medicine.
If you go sick and the doctor just told you to laugh, you could sue him.
It's true. Not only isn't laughter the best medicine, you could choke on something while you're laughing and die.
You could be dead.
Laughter might actually be the worst medicine there is.
Laughter kills innocent people.
That's your magic audio ball. Have a great Monday, everybody.
That's it. We got to get out of here. If you got some tech support questions answered, all you have to do is send a little message to our man, Honeyboy, at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Send him that message. He'll get back to you. For God's sakes, don't call him. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia.
Don't call him.
20108. Got to the point where I'm going to put a P.I. on him when he goes down to Virginia Beach.
Yeah, why don't you get him a walkie-talkie?
See what the hell he's up to. Jesus, where do you go, boy? Anyway, from Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana and his friend Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
This is Mike O'Mara saying, see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, Ryan.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, yeah. One more thing. Please remember to grab your extended free trial of Hulu Plus, a special offer just for our listeners. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the Hulu Plus banner and start watching all of your favorite shows right now. Or you can go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Again, that's HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Or click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You may go now.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.